I just wanted to share with you guys how I put these PDF booklets together. If you've ever ordered them, you know that they're a little tricky to do. So let's jump on in to this full tutorial on how I made these little books. This is how I made the books and what I did to make them look nice, like I showed you in the actual cards. So I pull up the PDF. I use Foxit Reader. I don't really use Adobe, so I'm not sure how this would work there, but I use Foxit Reader, Foxit PDF. It's also free. So I open it up. I like to hit page to fit so it is easier to see. I click on File. I go to Print. And usually I print on both sides of the paper. This is not what you're going to do for this one. We are going to print for book A. We're going to print pages 3 through 24. This gives you the cover and also the back. We're going to click multiple pages per sheet. We're going to do 2 by 2 so that there are 4 pages on a sheet. If you want cutting lines, you can also click print page border. Okay, this is going to put 4 pages per sheet. Now, I typically would do print on both sides. However, I have found that with this particular book, it's actually been easier for my kids if we just print it singly. So we're going to print, we're going to click on properties, and we're going to change this to high or standard vivid, whatever you prefer. High will go a little bit slower. Standard vivid has typically been fine for me. So just decide, make sure you click print as image, and then we're going to go. All right, now we're ready to assemble it. So I like to use this large paper cutter. It makes cutting so much easier. If you're doing a lot of printing, you probably want to invest in this because it will make your life so much easier. So I line them up and make sure that they're as straight as they can be. For the purpose of this tutorial, I used regular paper, but in my ones that I made for my kids to use, I used cardstock and I laminated them before I did this step. That makes it more durable and easier to use. So I cut along each line, and I do this for each individual set. Then you'll need to look at your PDF or however you organized it and just put your songs in there. The math facts in there in the order of the songs. It was pretty easy to do and not that hard, so don't let that step stress you out. So after I've got it all assembled, I make sure that it's just all assembled, and then I do these sheets separate. They're a little bit trickier to cut, so I like to save them for after I do the colorful portions, just because these are a little bit trickier with the lines and stuff, seeing how to cut it. I also don't bother using these little sheets. They were incredibly hard to get to match up. So I don't bother with those, and I only do this part here. I will show you how I get the answers on here in a minute, but you go ahead and do that. Also, don't cut on those dotted lines right now because we will do that later. You want to wait until it's bound before you cut them, or it will be really difficult to assemble. So now that it's all assembled, you can see this is kind of how it looks when you turn the pages. You don't have to flip on the back to see both pages. It's just right there in front of you. That made it a lot easier for my kids when they were listening to the music to not have to keep flipping back and forth. All right, now we are ready to bind and assemble the book. So I like to just make sure everything's lined up okay. I get it ready. And then you're going to need to take however many your binding machine can handle. Mine is usually about 20 pages. I usually do less than that, like 10 or 15 at a time, just so I'm not being overbearing with it. And then this part, to get the answers on this, I simply got a pen and I wrote the answers to the multiplication problems on the back. I know this isn't like the most tech savvy way to do it, but it sure was a lot more simple to do it this way than to try to figure it out the other way. So just take the 1 minute that it takes to hurry and write the answers. Just hurry and do that, and then you're done, and it's going to be pretty easy to assemble from here on out. All right, it's all put together. I'm going to grab those sheets like I mentioned earlier. I like to butt them up here against the rest, and then I just punch it down. It's super easy. All the holes are there. Just make sure that you're doing it on the left-hand side so that it will turn in the way of a traditional book. So, and you don't have to worry about anything being lined up because we just did it on the one side. So you can see here, this is why we didn't want to cut these pages, because this would be really hard if those were all individually cut. All right, I am doing this in real time because so many of you asked for it last time, but I have to say this is kind of tricky to show, so just bear with me. You got to get your coil in that first hole and then just kind of twist. If it is a little too small, with the plastic coils, it is super easy to stretch them out just so. I have a 3-to-1 machine and these are 4-to-1 coils, so I always kind of do that. So you're going to get it in your first hole and just kind of twist it in. It's pretty easy to do, and you just kind of go through it like that. This literally, filming it took longer than actually doing it, so just keep that in mind. All right, this is the tricky part to show. I really tried hard and it's really hard to explain, but one side of these pliers cuts and one side bends. Do you see that little bend? That's the side I put towards the end that was cut, and it just kind of folds it in. Yes, you can use a needle nose plier, but I find this tool is just so much easier to use once you get the hang of it. So one side kind of cuts, and so you cut it like that. And then again, that little corner piece on the pliers, I just kind of push it so it bends in. And you don't do it like you're going to try to cut it, but you just kind of bend it. So, and that's what I do, so it bends in so the coil doesn't come off the page very much. All right, here you are. The book is all assembled. You can see that it just turns really nice. Now I'm going to show you how I do these pages next. So you're going to get your scissors and cut on those dotted lines. You want to wait until this is bound to do this because, as you could see when we were trying to punch the holes in it, it would have been tricky to do this with individual pages. And then you just kind of cut and go. You can see the answers are on the back, and this was all just done in just a couple of minutes. Okay, here we go. It's all cut. Everything will turn, and your kids, when they need to practice these extra numbers, they can just go to the very back where these problems are. They can flip it, and you can see the answer is right there. Very easily done, kind of like a mini flashcard type of thing. All right, and here's the finished set. As I mentioned earlier, I laminated mine before I did the cutting, and then I just followed the rest of the steps so that everything was nice and durable. You definitely don't have to laminate, but I would for sure do these on cardstock. Regular paper was a little bit too thin and hard to turn the pages. So here it is, really nice, done in just a little short bit of time. If you're going to buy the books and the music PDF, then this is definitely the way to go because it's very easy to print. If you want it even easier to use, I would for sure make sure you grab the musical multiplication app. That makes the songs so much easier to access than just trying to figure out how to use the MP3. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more.